Parking and coffee should be included in college tuitions. According to Harvard T.H. Chan of School of Public Health, the United States spends roughly more than $40 million each year on coffee. The demand for coffee seems to be declining every year, with more than half of American adults drinking coffee every day. Along with coffee being in demand in young adults, parking is also a high demand among college students. The reason colleges should include parking and coffee in tuition is it will help reduce the risk of diseases. 54% of Americans drink coffee, and it adds an extra expense to bring a car to college. Coffee and health stated, coffee consumption appears to reduce or delay the development of Parkinson's disease. Since men are at higher risk to develop Parkinson's disease, the study mainly focused on men. Women, however, have a hormonal interaction between caffeine and hormones that interrupts the way the body will process the caffeine. For almost 50 years, studies have shown a higher risk in non-coffee consumers developing Parkinson's than people who consume coffee on a daily basis. Not only does the consumption of coffee reduce the risk of Parkinson's disease, but it also reduces the risk of an early death. Just like Parkinson's disease, drinking 4 cups of coffee a day will lower the risk of death by 64%. As well as drinking 2 cups of coffee a day will lower the risk by 22%. Studies on coffee and the effects it has on the human bodies, whether good or bad, have become more prevalent in the last half century because of the amount of people who will consume coffee on a daily basis. With over 54% of Americans drinking coffee every day, the University of Kentucky doctoral dissertation showed that more than 78% of college students consumed more than the recommended amount of coffee each and every day. With college students drinking coffee so much on campus, some may think that the colleges should provide coffee for the coffee maker. If the university provided a Keurig, coffee maker, or free coffee 3 times a week, extra money will be able to go into the college. With the extra money adding into the colleges may be able to update buildings, dorm rooms, and another major issue among college students, the parking issues. Parking, like coffee, is an added expense to all students, and it does cause a lot of stress. Wayne State University in the 2015-2016 school year reported 98% of their students bring a car with them to campus. U.S. News Higher Education did a study on how many students will bring a car with them to campus, ranking them on which colleges have the most students bringing a car with them to school. To bring this a little closer to home, the University of South Dakota actually made the list, ranking number 7 in the nation, with having over 94% of their students bringing a car with them to campus. Now, bringing a car with them to college is one thing, but making sure you go to the correct administration's office to get a parking ticket, finding where your specific lot is, and making sure it's close to where you need to be is a whole other ballpark. With having multiple friends in college, I hear all the time, I don't want to walk to class, and I can never get a parking spot where I need to be. With so many students bringing a car to college, the colleges must have a place for all of these students to park, and that sometimes may be hard depending on where the college is located. If colleges include parking in the cost of tuition, it may be able to increase the amount of parking lots or parking garages that the school may build with the extra money. That way, when most students on campus need to be in one specific area, they can all be there without having to worry about how early they have to leave just to find a parking spot. As well as having parents, friends, and high school students who will visit campus, there'll be no issue for them having to worry about where they can and cannot park. According to the Washington Post, 3/4 of the United States' 18.4 million college students will have a car with them on campus during the school year. With thousands of dollars going into parking each year, having it added into the cost of tuition may actually be beneficial to the college and the student. With parking, coffee should also be added into college tuition. Adding parking into college tuition will help reduce the risk of diseases. 54% of Americans drink coffee every day, and it will add extra expense for college students to bring their car to college with them.